for episode number 47 of High Voltage. I am your host. I'm best-selling international author, MacKenzie Nelson. If this is your first time checking me out, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you've been with me for a while and are continuing with me on this journey, I'm so happy that you are finding this show helpful for you to live your most empowered, amazing life possible, because we only get one, right? We have this dash in between when we're born and when we depart the earth. And so what are you doing with your dash? I love to phrase it that way, because whether you have had an experience in your life where maybe a near-death experience, or you've lost someone close to you and have been jarred into the reality that this is it and we are living it, so we might as well live it as fiercely and as passionately, as energetically and uniquely as we each are represented in our bodily form on this journey, right? We're gonna be here, so we might as well make the most of our experience while we have the time. And that's what I'm looking to do with my journey and with this show, is to equip you with information and knowledge that I have found useful along my own journey. And I'm hoping you will pass your journey forward, not only with your children or your spouse, but with strangers even, as you feel nudged to do. And today, I wanted to talk about, I was listening to a song recently, and I'm sure you know the one. I'll sing it for you a little bit. You got to get yourself together. You got stuck in a moment and you can't get out of it. That's just a little bit from the song. I'll put it in the description so you know the artist and full title about what I'm talking about. But basically the lyrics are, you got stuck in a moment and you can't get out of it. And it just got me thinking about along our journeys, there are these life-defining moments, for better or for worse. You can get stuck in a very traumatic memory. Some of us for years, right? Like you just keep having flashbacks, replaying the same thing. If you've been abused, as I have been in the past, physically, sexually, some of these things can continually jar us, right? With these memories and trigger us. And maybe you've been through a messy divorce, right? Where you completely feel like the other person really hurt you with their actions and you felt the whole thing was unjust. You can get stuck back in that moment, in the bitterness. That's what I'm really trying to talk about. The emotions that you felt in this life-defining, jarring, tragic moment, right? They stick with you, and you're still carrying this forward into your modern day relationships. The hurt that you felt. There's two options, right? We're all going through this journey called life, and we're all getting hurt. It is inevitable in life that someone will hurt you. And so what really defines us in life, it's one of two ways that you can decide to travel. You can go and stay on the path of hurt, right? I feel hurt. They hurt me. And so now I'm in victim mode, and then I'm going to continue to carry my hurt and infect other people and travel the hurt road with my own hurt, because I am stuck in that hurt mentality, because I haven't processed my hurt. I haven't faced my hurt. Instead, I've chosen to assign blame to the person who hurt me. And it's not fair, right, that we get hurt in this world. But the truth is, you are the one responsible, whether we like it or not, as to how you deal with the hurt someone else has assigned you. And that can make us angry, right? And what do you do with your anger? Maybe you've processed the hurt and you're like, I'm not going to hurt people, but I'm mad. Well, now you're stuck in the anger of it for a while. And until you get past the anger And what I do when I feel hurt, when I get mad, I talk to God about it, because I believe we have a lifeline, right? We have access to the divinity inside each one of us that God placed inside. We are spiritual creatures with direct access to our Creator, who is God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit. And the great news is He designed you with a purpose, and He wants a relationship with you. Not only did He make you special and uniquely yourself, but He gave you the ability to contact Him no matter where you are. You don't have to be in a church. You can be in your home. You could be in the grocery store. You could be getting your hair done, your nails done, whatever. You can talk to Him fluidly throughout your day. I often ask Him to bless appointments that I'm walking into, or I'll pray, like I wrote about in my book, over spaces that I am occupying. If I go to the theater, or if I'm going to a friend's home, or wherever I go, I pray when I remember to. I pray for everyone there that God would help them with their issues, with their problems, that He would bring healing to lives. And I believe God is faithful to answer our prayers, even though we might not see the direct impact or correlation about what we pray on someone else's life in our in our lifespan. But I do believe that in the afterlife, in heaven, that is where we're going to get to see how a lot of our secret prayers, right, prayed just between me and God, we're going to get to see those on an epic level. And not only that, I think we're going to get to meet the people that we prayed over and hear directly how our prayers impacted their journey. And so I'm all about planting prayers, planting seeds, because I know someday I will reap a harvest, even if it is not in this life. I know that when it counts in eternity, that I'm going to get to see the full picture, where only I see a limited part here. That's for later. That's for the next. That's for graduation. And that's what I refer to as death. I believe we're just graduating to the next level of existence, where there's no pain, no sorrow, no suffering, and where a lot of the unanswered questions here that we have will finally make sense there. And that is what I live my life for. That is why I am so driven in this show and writing the book, planting seeds, planting prayers. That's another path, right, that you can decide to take your hurt down. So the more people hurt me, I've told God this, that every time someone hurts me, I'm going to pray for someone else, and I'm going to do something kind for someone else. So I'm going to try to live like Jesus did, which that was His heart. He takes our hurt and He works that for His good. And so my way of doing that in my small way is, someone hurts me, hurts my feelings or otherwise, I try to take that and do a good deed for someone else. That way, in a small way, I'm taking my pain and making it someone else's gain. And it's also just a beautiful way to flip the script, right? I was hurt before, but now here I am smiling, doing something kind for someone else and feeling that warm me. So also I feel much better about the hurt. And that's just one way God has shown me that I can brighten someone else's day. And I really believe when you're stuck in a moment with that hurt and that pain, and you decide with your free will to give that to God, to grab onto that lifeline and surrender your free will in exchange for His, He's gonna bless you. And He is going to take that hurt that you experience, He's gonna heal it. And then if He does call you to share it publicly or one-on-one, privately, maybe even with your kids, you can help other people with your hurt, where you have fallen down, where you felt betrayed. You can give little key indicators to other people about your journey that can really help them with theirs. So I really believe that as we are made in God's image, we too should take the hurt that we experience and seek to make something good out of the pain. I believe that we do not have pain in this world without a purpose. If He's gonna put you through it, He's gonna bring you through it, right? And that is the God that I serve and the God that I know. He's loving and kind and generous and merciful. So even when I do get hurt, I choose forgiveness. I really genuinely take it to him and I tell him how I feel. And if I'm angry, I spill out my heart to him. And he's heard it all, you guys. There's nothing God hasn't heard in the whole of humanity that you can say that's going to offend him to the point where he's like, whoa, I'm not going to have anything to do with so-and-so. She's speaking a kind of way. That is not his heart. He's kind, loving, generous. And he wants to know you at an intimate level, but you have to be open to that experience for him to come in fullness and really grab a hold of your life and start leading you in palpable ways that are going to manifest and leave a mark on someone else. Like, whoa, what is going on with so-and-so, and that's the best, most rewarding thing when someone asks me, what's different about you, MacKenzie? There's something going on with you. What is it? Those conversations to me are just beautiful because I know that someone else is seeing the light in me, the sacrifice I have made, many sacrifices on my journey to keep my heart clean and purified and speak to him and keep that line open. It does take dialogue on your end, and it does take being open about who you are and what you're struggling with. And the more open you are with God, the more you let him in, the more work he can do in your life. And the more he will move those mountains out of the way that are obstructing you, that you've been praying about and maybe not seeing answers. Just surrender. Try to accept how your life is and look to him and accept who you are and where you're at in your journey, because that's how God is looking at you. He accepts you fully for who you are, where you are in your journey. He is looking at you with love and adoration as a child of God, and it is your divine right by creation to have that conversation with your Creator. If you've never considered tapping into that lifeline, that direct line to your Creator, I challenge you just to try one time. One simple prayer is all it takes. And when he does answer you, reach out. I'd love to hear about how he manifested, because it's going to be in a unique way that he knows is all yours. That's the God that I serve. Well, that's all I have for you today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend with friends, family, and are enjoying the end of the summer as it comes to a close much too quickly. I'll catch you next time.